Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for Game 2 here between ICC and Delta. The Indians pick up the win in Game 1 to keep their playoff hopes alive here as they improve to 25-22 overall. And
big win there, Adam. Won 18-2.
Thank you. 18-4.
18-4.
Yes.
That's the reason why you were looking and needed to find that, because I was not going to get it right, and I didn't. But still, huge win for the Indians, 18-4. First pitch from Judd Files. I didn't get the time. I know you get that. 4:54. Ball one.
Judd Files, as you mentioned, on the hill here for the Indians as that pitch in there for strike. Delta slips to 6-34 overall, 3-24 inside conference play, and Holmes was leading 7-4, I believe, over East Mississippi. As that one is.
What a defensive play right there. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's textbook right there, Adam. I'm sorry, but of course, a good piece of hitting, number one, by Liam Gonzalez, able to put a bat on it, trying to stick it in the four-hole over there. Bryce Glenn dove for it, couldn't get it. Your second baseman comes behind, fields it. What is Judd Files doing? He already took off the first, because that's what you do if you're a pitcher. Anything hit on that side of the field, you got to take off, threw him out because Judd Files covered first. Excellent play there, out number one.
4-1 officially on the putout, and fans have to take your word for it, Brad, as I was in the process of filling out my score, my stat sheet, and couldn't get switched over in enough time. That first pitch missing for a ball, 1-0 is the count. So there is one out, and this is Rogers at the plate. Swings on this one, pops it up. It's going to get out of play, and 1-1 now will be the count.
Yeah, out into the parking lot there, and so, again, 1-1's a count. Judd this year so far. Of course, Judd is reverse transfer, right-handed. Of course, originally out of Morville High School. As that pitch is going to catch the corner for strike two, but reverse transfer back from state. So Judd's had a good year with us, and we've been very fortunate to have Judd. And thus far on the season, he's got a 3.53 as he swings through that one for strike three. Second out of the inning. 3.53 ERA. He's got 8 wins, 2 losses, 13 appearances on the year, 2 complete games out of that. 63 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 52 hits to 29 runs. And, of course, your best statistic, 42 walks to 100 Ks. 101, he just got one.
So that was his 101st strikeout of the season as that went across for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Bridges, the center fielder. We'll keep it here in the exchange of innings and talk about today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. As that pitch runs inside for a ball, 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, took something off of that, floated inside there, so good eye on the part of Bridges there to hold off on that 1-1. Late.
Yeah, couldn't catch up with the fastball there. 1-2 now is the count.
Kind of like he couldn't decide whether he wanted to swing at it or not, and just kind of made a late attempt at it there. And so very late attempt, but thinking it was going to be a strike 1-2 count. Got to be careful for Bridges.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here from Files. This fouled off. A nice job finding a piece of that one to keep the at-bat alive.
Good thing Kurt Sheffield and crew were not sitting on the Kubota over there, because that would have took one of them out.
Can't have that. Those are our MVPs with how good this field's looking.
They definitely are. The field looks phenomenal, especially less than a year ago. Over more than a year ago, we were doing work on this as I think the batter called time. Judd held up on the throw. Normally you want them to go ahead and throw it on that so you don't get injured. But
so actually they're going to say it's 2-2 now. So
I don't know what happened there.
Must have been, I don't know. So umpire shows 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is Bridges at the plate. And that pitch missing low, 3-2 now is the count. Yeah, I was talking to Kurt and them, and he said the biggest challenge on the field now, it drains so well, is actually keeping it hydrated. He said it's impressive with how easily the field drains, as there's a grounder to the second baseman. Should be easy 4-3 out, and it will be. But, yeah, he said that's a good problem to have, though. As
definitely.
The Indians get a 3-up, 3-down inning there out of Delta to start game 2. Dr. Boggs, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups.
Okay. Leading off, Liam Gonzalez at second. This is for Delta. Batting second, Avery Rogers out in right field. Batting third, Christian Bridges out in center. Batting in the cleanup spots, Kate Oswalt at short. Fifth, Connor Counts is the DH here in game 2. Batting sixth is Brazier Cox at first. Seventh is Jason Neal at third. Batting eighth is Dean Taylor, who is catching in game 2. Didn't do the catching in game 1, but doing the catching in game 2. And batting in the 9th spot, Adam, is John
Barajas.
Barajas, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Mr. Barajas, but
I could be saying it wrong too, so I apologize.
Prepared for that. But John Barajas is playing left field for Mississippi Delta, and pitching on the mound for them is Logan Churchill today in game 2.
That is your starters there for Delta. Now the startings for ICC being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Collier hopes he's got that same winning combination put together for the sweep here in game 2.
Yeah, definitely needs it right here to help with the postseason run, or to try to get in the postseason, make a run. Leading off, Jude Treadaway at second. Batting second is Nathan Ferris at third. Batting third is Stone Collier behind the plate doing the catching duties again here in game 2. Batting cleanup, guy who hit 2 home runs in game 1 is Evan McCarthy, who's out in right field. Fifth, Bryson Jackson in the DH duties. Batting sixth is going to be Reed Kent, moving up in the lineup here for game 2, who is shortstop. Batting seventh, Jarrett Morris out in left field. Batting eighth is Bryce Glenn, who will be starting at first here in game 2. And in the 9th spot, it will be Houston Green, who got a home run in game 1 as well. He is in the out in center field, and as we mentioned, pitching is Judd Files today.
And that is your starting lineup for both squads there for ICC and Delta. So Coke, a proud sponsor of today's contest. This first inning is being brought to you by Raising Cane's in Tupelo. One dream, one love. That's Raising Cane's, located on North Gloucester Street in Tupelo.
And as we mentioned, Churchill, he's a right-handed pitcher. He is a freshman, hometown. He's out of Olive Branch. He did play ball at Lewisburg High School.
And he'll be greeted to the contest by Treadaway, who got really hot in the second half of game 1. Takes a healthy swing at that one, missing for strike 1. Well, Brad, let's talk about our keys to victory being brought to you by Bank Oklahoma. Brad, what's it going to take for the Indians to be successful here in game 2?
Well, they did it in inning number 1, but that's taking control of the mound and command out there, and obviously not giving those free passes. And then those bats got to stay as hot as they did in game 1. You got to keep the momentum of the team up here. This team has got to be focused on trying to get to the postseason. The only way they're going to do that is if those bats stay hot and they take command on the mound here and not provide any free passes.
That pitch fouled back. 1-2 now is the count here to Treadaway. So Jude will dig in here, trying to spark the bats for the Indians. And that one inside but missing. One of those, he checked his swing. 2-2 now is the count here to Treadaway.
Jude checked it but was able to hold up there on that. Huge. I mean, you got a huge shift of, Delta's playing
right up the middle.
That shift here, and if Jude can get anything up the middle, that's
hit him.
Okay, hit him right there, hit by pitch. So Indians are going to get their leadoff guy on, but man, I just looked up and happened to see that second baseman. They were definitely playing him to pull.
Well, actually, now the coach is going to come out and ask if that was ball 3, so it did not hit him. So they were saying that was ball 4. I thought it was ball 3 as well.
And we had it as going to be ball 3, but I'm like you. I thought it hit him because that's the reason why they put him on.
He put him on there, but they're going to talk it over, and they're going to leave him over there at first.
Oh.
So are they going to say it did hit him, or are they going to say that was ball 4?
Well, I'm not certain. And I'm not
Judging
certain
by the coach's reaction to it in this case, and judging by the way how apologetic the home plate umpire is looking, it looks like they're going to say that was ball 4. I had it as ball 3. The scoreboard had it as ball 3. Mm-hmm. Everybody but the home plate umpire had it as ball 3.
Well, and apparently your field umpires had it as ball. Excuse me.
I guarantee what happened is they probably moved their clicker to reset it once they saw it was the walk there. And coach is going to get his money's worth on this one, rightfully so in this situation.
It's going to bring in the first base guy, first base umpire right here, and what's going to bring them both in. I think he's going to ask both of them, apparently, what they had on their clickers, kind of like you saying that, Adam, but they may, that's a good point, they may have.
So they just went ahead and reset on the walk call there as you see the conversation continuing here. And they're giving you plenty of explanations in this sense.
Obviously, it's not a hit by pitch.
It's not. It's going to be officially a walk for Treadaway, a 3-pitch walk.
Yes, the way I've got it, and the way you've got it, and the way we had it in here is a 3-pitch walk, and I think he's still getting word from the field umpire at first base there, but. Just trying to gain an understanding, I guess, of that, which I don't blame him, but taking the slow walk back to the dugout.
A dejected walk back to the dugout, and rightfully so, as we said, that was ball 3, but they called it ball 4. We thought it was a hit by pitch is the reason why he got sent down with it being ball 3, but instead, ball 4 was called. So
that was ball 4 right there, ball 1 to Nathan Ferris.
Now it's ball 1 to Nathan Ferris. So to see if the Indians can cash in with that break here early. And that's going to be a flare in the air, and it's going to drop, and that's going to go for a base hit.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Ferris, able to get that bat out there and drive it right up the middle right there, just over second base. Shortstop made a good effort at it and a good attempt, unable to get to it to get there in time to snag it. So now still no outs, runners at first and second.
And this will be Stone Collier coming to the dish here for the Indians. He had a home run that bounced off the fair pole down the left field line. It was, if you look at if you've ever been to the field, there is a pole that goes straight up in the kind of, I guess, the mesh netting or metal netting that's out towards the infield. That's where it bounced off of, and was a 2-run home run for Collier. So he'll dig in, no outs. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. So that pitch missing outside for ball 1.
Yeah, good eye right there. Indians looking to take an early lead here with no outs, runners at first and second. And so it'd be good for the Indians to get hot right here. Something, we've seen some issues over the course of this season, getting runners on and not being able to get them in. Didn't have that problem in Game 1. Hopefully they don't here in Game 2, as I mentioned that and speak it into existence of a double play ball.
And that will be it, a Little Caesars double play. Take one of those off that I owe you there, Brad.
Yeah.
As that one goes 4-6-3 to erase Ferris and Collier, but the runner does advance to third. And one thing the Indians did well in Game 1 was coming up with clutch 2-out hits. And let's see if the Indians can continue that trend here in Game 2. McCarthy had 2 home runs, puts him number 6 on the single-season home run list. One more would move him into a tie for 5th. As that pitch finds the edge for a strike, 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, so we've got a runner at third, still Treadaway able to advance over on the double play ball. And so Treadaway is there 90 feet away from getting in and putting a run on the board for the Indians here in the bottom of the first, as that's going to be ball one.
So 1-1 now is the count here to McCarthy. So I believe he's going to Southern Indiana next year. Good kid. He's a Notre Dame fan. His whole family is.
Ooh.
And took a big chop there. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, I saw that pitch floating up there in his eyes that he wanted right there, and unable to catch up with it. He was trying to get home run number 3 on the day here, because like I said, he had 2 so earlier, but unable to pull that out. Still got 2 strikes on him here.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here to McCarthy. That pitch outside, 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye right there on the part of McCarthy to let that one go by.
So the Indians trying to cash in with a 2-out hit here with the runner at third. Delta trying to avoid the Indians putting a run on the board here, looking for that exit. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 3-2 now is the count.
Good patience there to run the count to full.
So McCarthy will dig in here. It was a 3-pitch walk to Treadaway. He's now at third. 3-2 pitch on its way. And that one missing outside, so that'll be a walk.
Yeah,
a legit 4-pitch walk this time.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a legit one. And good eye there by McCarthy to reel that back in after he had 2 strikes and go ahead and get the walk out of it. So good job. Runners at first and third now, 2 outs.
So with 2 outs now, as we'll bring the DH Jackson to the dish. He will dig in here. As we said, ICC did a great job. I believe scored 8 runs with 2 outs in the inning. See if they can repeat that performance here in game 2. Jackson looks at that pitch. It rolls over and falls in the zone for a strike. 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, not a bad take there on that first pitch. Jackson waiting on that breaking pitch to roll over there, getting to see it. So not a bad take.
That one missing low. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and third here for the Indians. Bottom of the first here in game 2. ICC won it 18-4 in 7 innings in game 1. Waiting the 1-1 pitch. That one runs inside, nearly hits him.
Yeah, rolls that shoulder. He did a good job rolling that shoulder. Like you said, Adam somehow missed him, but did what he was taught to do, roll that shoulder over and take that pitch. But 2-1 count.
So Jackson will stand back in. Runner goes, little hit and run action there. Pitch fouled back, and we'll go at 2-2. Well, softball will be in action Thursday night at 5 o'clock against East Central. Postseason play. It'll be at Colin. Winner goes on, loser goes home. In that play-in round of the Region 23 tournament.
That one does get him.
And that one hurt. You can tell by the way Jackson kind of reacted to that one. Not only did it hurt, it kind of just stuck to him when it hit him. And so now bases loaded. ICC fans, remember, if you want to load your plate just like the bases are loaded now for the Indians, make the right call and visit Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Sam Ferris and all the fine folks out there at Sam's Town Market proud to sponsor today's action here on the ICC Sports Network. This will be Kent, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Looking to push a run across the board here for the Indians. Coming off injured reserve. He's been out for quite a while. His first game back, and hoping to be a spark for the Indians as they push towards postseason play. Swings on the first pitch he sees. This one popped up. Left fielder's going to have to hurry and will make the play in the shade. So swung on the first pitch he sees there, and a big out as the Indians leave bases loaded. We've played 1, no score. Back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the second. Trying to fix some issues here as the PA system has gone out. So Dr. Boggs is doing his due diligence to try to help out here. That first pitch missing low for a ball. This is Files on the hill here for the Indians. That pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs and nobody on here. So that pitch finds the edge for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Files. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, second of the game for Files. First out here of the inning. And so with 1 out now, that was Oswald. This will be Counts, the DH, coming to the plate. That pitch finds the corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Counts. The Indians loaded the bases in the bottom of the first, but couldn't get anything going. And that was a big-time break for Delta after it was a 3-pitch. I say 3-pitch walk. There were 3 balls issued. They called it ball 4. But instead, ICC could not cash in on that opportunity. This pitch fouled off, and that one's going to come back and hit Stone. And that one looked like it smarted. Let's take a timeout and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Collier able to shake that one off. 0-2 pitch, that one goes high for a ball. Got it as 1-2 is the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on here. Files getting set to deliver the pitch. Breaking pitch outside, 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second. Game 2 between ICC and Delta. This one's scheduled for 7. That one right back up the middle. Files finds it. We'll toss it over and record the out. Nice job defending the position that time by Files. Second nice defensive play he made. Unfortunately, we missed the first one today because I was still in the process of getting everything ready. And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this will bring Cox to the plate. He's playing first base here in game 2. Swings to the first pitch he sees. Second baseman's going to come up, zip it across in a 3-up, 3-down inning. As ICC gets a quick inning there, going to see if they can get the bats back here and get them fired up in the bottom of the second. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back. Back in the game. Back in motion. Back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're now in the bottom of the second inning. ICC and Delta 0-0 here. As get Dr. Boggs back with us.
Yeah, I'm probably
as he was trying to get the music fixed here, but the speakers have apparently gone out today.
At the whole college, including the people at the stands and everywhere out here, I'm probably the worst person to put in charge of trying to fix something like that. But I'm the one that goes over, but still unable to make anything happen at this point. So they're still kind of discussing and working on that, as that's going to be strike one to Jarrett Morris. Leads off the inning here. A 1-1 count on him. Swings at the second one there and fouls it down. I think it kind of hit him in the front foot there, so fouled that off his foot. Quickly behind here, 1-2 count. Churchill is ahead at this point. I would mention Jarrett's first game, but I don't think that I gathered statistics from the first game. So, again, I'm basically Adam's looking at me, and this is my last game to do forever in baseball. So
this is going to be your last game to do in baseball this year, young man. Well, I can't say that because we do play games in the first part of the year there as well. It's that pitch missing. 2-2 now is the count. Well, Holmes has stretched it out, and Scuba, they're now up 10-4 in the top of the eighth. So Holmes trying to get that win there in game one to keep their playoff hopes alive. 2-2 pitch. That one missing for a ball. Wow.
Yeah, I think it drifted a little too much inside for the umpire's liking, so runs the count to full. So good eye there on the part of Jarrett Morris to stay in there. Good quality at bat. Actually, having Churchill throw so many pitches here.
That's going to be a little flare. It's going to get past the first baseman.
Good piece of hitting right there. It was on the outside part. He may or may not would have had to swing on that, not knowing for sure whether the umpire was going to call it a strike. So he stuck the bat out there, put it in that 4-hole out there, and got it going.
The music's back. And the girls fixed it.
I get away from it. The ladies over here work on it, and what happens? It gets fixed.
Zoe Becca coming in clutch.
Yes.
Just like that hit. And I think it scared them as well, as they weren't expecting the music to work.
Got to hold your mouth right when you go over there. The ball gets by the catcher back there, and Tyson, and so Jarrett Morris is going to easily move up to second. And so that's going to be a pass ball right there.
So runner now at second.
So now you're Still got no outs here in this bottom of the second inning, so runner in scoring position for the Indians. Glenn up to bat. Glenn did see some action in game one.
Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty across for a strike.
Yeah, that one floated in there, as you mentioned. Glenn held up on it. 1-1 count.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here for the first baseman, Glenn. Indians with the runner in scoring position. They had bases loaded in the bottom of the first, but could not scratch across a run. That pitch runs inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, if you're Etowamba right here, this is, of course, hopefully going over in the postseason, wanting to get into the postseason. This is where you're got to be good right here. You get those runners in scoring position, got to find a way to get them in, Adam.
So winning the 2-1 offering here from Churchill. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count here to Glenn.
Yeah, good eye right there on the part of Glenn. Got to be patient, too, and that's what I like seeing out of these Indian batters, not out there just trying to swing at any type of pitch, just trying to put something in play. So being patient, taking that walk if it comes your way.
So waiting the 3-1 offering here. Pitch is coming. That one taken the whole way that time. Finds the corner of the plate. Now 3-2 is the count.
Yeah, I don't know if that was more of a changeup or some type of breaking pitch that he threw in there, but does run the count to full on Bryce here.
Runner at second. No outs here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the second inning. We're waiting the 3-2 offering. And it's going to be a walk. Nice at bat.
Yeah, good at bat by Glenn right there, being patient again, and also upping that pitch count for Churchill. So good job there, and that's going to bring up Houston Green, the number 9 guy in the lineup here. Still no outs for the Indians.
Green had a home run in game one. So the Indians, as you said, Brad, starting to find your stride. This would be when you want to do it. If they can get those bats heated up heading into postseason play. Granted, they make it to postseason play, but you want to start playing some of your best baseball this time of year. So no outs, runners at first and second. Going to show bunt, and it's laid down perfect.
Good bunt.
Only one play, and it's going to be to first, and it's just in time.
That's still a beautiful bunt. Beautiful bunt right there by Houston Green. Could not have been laid down any better. It's just like it had backspin on it almost and just kind of stopped out there just past the turf. So excellent bunt. It moves both runners up to second and third, only with 1 out now, so Green did his job.
That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They don't do it now since we're entering finals, but next year they will meet Monday nights at 7:07. They also run the concession stand here at baseball. Appreciate them and all they do here, the ICC Baptist Student Union. That pitch had a little tail on it, but drifted high and outside as we go back to the top of the lineup here with Treadaway. He drew a 3-2 count that turned into a walk, and not because they threw a pitch, because the umpire thought it was ball 4. So Treadaway caught a break there in his first at bat. Indians, however, could not cash in as they couldn't get the run across as they left bases loaded in the bottom of the first.
And quickly Treadaway ahead here, 2-0. Churchill kind of struggling a little bit right now to find the strike zone.
So Treadaway will dig in. Swings on this one, pops it up.
Yeah, foul back.
Catcher's going to go back, and it's going to get out of play. See some of the crowd as they're shifting with the sun, as they're now sitting more towards the right side. Not because meritorious winner Rafael Henry's over there, no, because they want to sit in the shade.
Be close to Ralph.
That's what everybody does.
Sure.
Like that show, Everybody Loves Raymond, everybody loves Ralph.
Everybody loves Ralph.
2-1 now is the count here to Treadaway. Looks at that pitch, low and outside for a ball.
Good take. And you get your first and third in on the corners, second and third back. Second and short back. Lord, I'm having a rough day. But first and third in on the corners.
You're starting to sound like me.
Yeah. But that's defensively for Delta at this point with 1 out.
3-1 pitch, and that's going to be a walk, and they're going to load the bases here.
True walk.
True walk this time for Treadaway. And so now bases are loaded here for ICC, this time with no outs in the inning. And ICC fans, like we talked about last time, remember when you're ready to load your plate like the bases are loaded right now, make the right call and visit Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Got tons of good food there, locally sourced fruits and vegetables, specialty items that are imported. Anything you need, Sam's got you hooked up.
Interesting defensive alignment here. You got everybody playing back but first. First is in on the grass, and everybody else is playing back. I've not really seen that alignment too much.
Go to that alignment there, as you say. And, Raph, if you go wide on the camera, kind of let everybody see what Brad's talking about there, where, yeah, they're back except for first.
Unless they're just thinking, Ferris isn't going to drop a bunt down right here. So, anyway, sends that out to center. Hopefully we'll get a tag out of this.
They are going to test the arm. The throw is going to be up the line, and ICC will score the run.
So good job right there by Ferris to get the run in on the sacrifice fly.
That sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. They meet Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. They're located right across the street from the Davis Event Center. Appreciate not only the Wesley Foundation, but the Baptist Student Union, part of campus that really gives a lot of our students, one, something to do, but a great outreach program there as well here at ICC. So runners unable to advance other than the run coming home. So now there is one out in the inning, and this is Collier, who hit into a double play. Takes that pitch low and outside for a ball.
Yeah, got to be patient right here. If you're Stone, want to be sure to get that good pitch, because right now Churchill's not throwing, he's kind of struggling at times to find the zone. So you want to find that pitch you can drive, hopefully, with 2 outs here. Possibly get in definitely 1 run, maybe 2.
That pitch missing low, 2-0 now is the count here to Collier. Runners at first and second, 1-0 is the score after Ferris lifts a sacrifice fly to center field to score Morris for the Indians. So 2-0 is the count here to Collier. And that one nipped the corner for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Kind of heard you say right there. Yeah. That's not one you want to swing at, because if anything, you're going to foul it off.
Yeah, well, that didn't fool me. I thought it was a ball anyway. But anyways, if you swing at that one, the best you're going to do is foul that one off, or it's barely going to put it in play. So good eye by Stone to hold up on that one. 2-1 count.
And this one comes back inside, jams him up a little bit. 2-2 now is the count, as you see the rest of the fans that have made their way out here for the regular season finale for both squads. ICC fighting for a spot in the playoffs, and Delta, they'll load it up and do it again next year, as they will come up a little short. As now the count will go 2-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Collier rips that one, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. They're going to ask 2 to score.
Yeah.
And Collier will get the double. The throw home is not going to be in time. And then Collier not going to be happy about this one. Daddy going to come out and talk to him here. After he gets the double, the ball gets away. He does drive in the 2 runs. Collier kind of celebrating after the double versus watching the ball. Might have been able to get to third.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, the ball got past the catcher with the relay in, and so it did get back to the backstop back there. So you're thinking, man, that's an opportunity for Collier, especially with 2 outs here, to get 90 feet away. But of course, now you got a 3-0 lead for your ICC with McCarthy up the bat. But anyway, Collier is in scoring position. Great double there with 2 RBIs.
McCarthy at the plate, walked his last time up. Swings on the first one, return to Cinder, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And that should score Collier, and he will come trucking in, and ICC adds another run to the board.
Well, you mentioned it, Adam, in the first game, and what are we doing here again? 2 out hitting here. And so ICC putting runs on the board here in the bottom of the second with two outs. And so, something that we haven't been used to all season, but something we like what we're seeing here.
Yes, most definitely. And, the coaches right now are going to love this too, as well. As we said, it looks like we may have a slow stroll to the mound here as time is going to be taken. We'll take it with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guarantee Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back. No changes made in the meeting of the mound as the umpire kind of went up there and hung out with him for a minute. And then he says, all right, guys, let's go play some baseball. So 2 outs and a runner at first. And this is going to be Jackson at the dish. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. McCarthy, who just singled home Collier for the 4th run of the inning, he's over at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. ICC up 4-0. This is game 2, so this one's scheduled for 7. As that pitch finds the edge for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Jackson. He was hit by a pitch and was part of the bases loaded situation the Indians left loaded in the bottom of the first. That 1-1 pitch missing low. 2-1 now is the count.
Still got a few fans coming into the stadium here today, and for this afternoon game here. Obviously, it's this afternoon's afternoon game.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling today, Adam. I don't know what's going on with me.
Have you had a Snickers?
I have not, and that may be the problem. But I need one probably. But, yeah, I'm really kind of struggling on some
you're
stuff.
Just not yourself when you're hungry, Brad.
No, you're not.
Actually, Snickers is not a sponsor, so I take everything I just said back.
I haven't had a Little Caesars pizza.
There you go. That's what you need.
Which you owe me several of.
I do. I owe you a lot. I don't think I could buy you a pizza a week for the next 2 years and still owe you some. 3-1 is the count here to Jackson. And that pitch missing, and he'll take a stroll down to first base. Now runners on first and second with 2 outs here.
There is action in the Delta bullpen out there. They're sending a player down there to kind of get some check-up on him, I think, and kind of see where he's at and get him warmed up. But, again, still 2 outs, and ICC's putting runners on base. As you mentioned, runners at first and second, and so that's going to bring back up Reed Kent.
So Kent will dig in. He flew out to left on a nice running catch by the left fielder to end the first inning. So looking to redeem himself here with 2 outs. Bottom of the second, ICC up 4-0. Runners on first and second here. Swings of the first pitch he sees, fouls it off, strike 1.
Yeah, quickly turned on that pitch right there. Just a little ahead of it out there, got out in front and got it down the first base line there, foul. So reset here, 0-1.
So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Kent at the dish. Waiting the pitch here. Being a little bit more methodical, trying to buy some time for the pitcher warming up. Has 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, again, very right now, like you mentioned, methodical delivery where he's taking some time. But I'm like you, it may be, hey, let's give our pitcher a little time, or the bullpen guy a little time to warm up out here. But taking a lot of time. Of course, they do have a runner at second, but a lot of time here to kind of go through the motions and get the pitch call, as that one's going to be chopped foul down the first base line. 1-2 count here on Kent.
We do have a final in that Holmes and East Mississippi game. Holmes was able to finish out game 1 with a 15-4 win. So it's almost like, well, if this comes down to runs, we got to put some runs on. I don't think it will come down to runs, but you never know in the MACCCCC.
That's right.
CC
is we won 18-4.
That's right. So if it is, we're +3.
We're +3 on that.
So now the count 1-2 here to Kent. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Pops this one up. Catcher's going to give chase, but instead watch it get out of play, and we'll sit at 1-2 once again.
Yeah, our timing's just off right now on Churchill, and I don't know if it's part of the slow, methodical delivery. Again, it's working in his favor. I'm not saying that it's not, but our timing's just a little off on that, where, that one was just missed by Kent, and you just got to get that timing down where you're going to swing through and get that good solid contact and get that front foot down.
It's got to be flirting with a pitch clock here.
That's what I wondered.
So that one's going to be fouled off. Coach Collier puts his foot out for it and then wisely decided to tuck it back out of the way. And we'll sit at 1-2 once again. Sun starting to set here behind the waterway. Shade shifting, shadows stretching across Crescent Field. Indians up in this one 4-0. 1-2 is the count here to Kent with 2 outs. Runners on first and second in the bottom of the second inning.
5:38 p.m. We started this inning at 4:45.
This one foul back and out of play, and we'll sit at 1-2 once again. Kent, he said, well, I've missed the last 3 or 4 weeks. I want to get some cuts in here. So he's battling at the plate right now against Churchill. Again, the Indians doing the job with 2 outs in the inning. They've put 4 runs on the board, much like they did in Game 1. See if they can get that merry-go-round spinning here in the bottom of the second. Churchill, once again, taking a lot of time. There's going to be reached out, and they airmail it across. They said he did not get the tag over at third, so 1 run will score, and they'll hold the runner there, so that will go as an fielder's choice E5, because he did make a choice on the play.
Made a choice. He was trying to make the tag out there on McCarthy, who was going to third, trying to get the out there on that runner. Apparently unable to get the tag on it.
Yeah, didn't get the tag on him, and then airmailed it out to. So the speakers have gone out once again. And now we'll have a meeting on the mound here. Looks like we are going to have the pitching change coming up now. 5-0 ICC with the lead. Back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom of the second inning. ICC up in this one 5-0. We do have a Guaranteed Bank call to the bullpen. Brad, tell us about the new pitcher.
Yes, I got Hayes Daniel that came in, right-hander, freshman out of New Albany, Mississippi, New Albany High School, where he played his ball. And he will come in this lengthy, long marathon of an inning that we've had and try to extend it possibly. He's trying to shorten it and end it, whereas Jarrett Morris, we have now batted around Adam. We're back to where we were when we started this inning with Jarrett Morris. Jarrett's going to try to extend the inning out and make it even a longer inning.
He singled and scored a run to start the inning here. Guaranteed Bank, integrity, trust, and a personal touch for all your banking needs. Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, member FDIC. And so Indians up in this one 5-0. That first pitch across for a strike here from Hayes Daniel.
Yeah, good opportunity here if you're Jarrett as well. You got runners at second and third here. So anything down in the outfield definitely is going to score 2. So Indians still doing a good work here with 2 outs today.
That pitch missing for a ball. This is more of a over the top, like extreme over the top, 6-12 type pitcher here. And typically guys that throw like that, if they can get their hook going, they're going to be tough.
Yeah, he's definitely got that. Hasn't worked in any type of 3/4, any type of drop on the arm, definitely over the top so far, and especially was on that breaking pitch, and that one too.
That one missing for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. 5-0 ICC here in the bottom of the second. 10th batter of the inning here for ICC. Runners at second and third. Indians would love to tack on a few more runs here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 pitch. And that one missing low. 3-1 now is the count. Just now joining us, ICC won game 1 in run rule fashion, 18-4 in 7 innings. Needing to get 2 to keep their playoff hopes alive here. As now the count goes 3-1. Breaking pitch is a beauty in there for a strike. 3-2 now is the count.
He's thrown a lot of those. I don't know if that's his pitch that he's leaning on heavily here or with Daniel or not, but so far with this first batter, Jarrett Morris, he's shown him that breaking pitch quite a few times.
So now the count goes full. Runners will be in motion on the pitch here. And that one missing. Oh, very close. We call ball 4, so now bases are loaded once again here. And again, fans, remember when you want to load your plate like the bases are loaded now, no better place to do it than Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Brad, if you can go order something from Sam's right now, what's it going to be?
Well, I always go back to that filet. I love a good filet mignon to get that specially cut. That ball's down, trying to find it. Luckily, it bounced in front.
Yeah, hit the umpire's foot and went forward.
And the pitcher was able to field it, so they were able to find it, and the runner not able to score. But I'm going to get that filet. I'm going to go get a special cut on that and get that filet. And then I'm always, anytime I go to Sam's, I've got to get some of those jalapeno poppers that he does with the bacon wrapped with the sausage in it and all that. I thoroughly love those. My daughters love them too. So got to get some of those.
1-0 pitch. This one popped up straight up this time. Catcher trying to color one. Now the pitcher can't find it, and then the first baseman somehow comes in and catch it. What a cluster, but they're able to get out of it. And the Indians, once again for the second inning in a row, leave bases loaded, but not before they put 5 runs on the board. We'll take a break, and let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99? No way. This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad, 24-hour egg salad. We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 101.9.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the top of the third inning. ICC up in this one, 5-0 here in Game 2 after picking up an 18-4 win in the first game of the day in run rule fashion. Won that one in 7 innings. It's Indian week. Got some students out here, but getting primed for that silent disco. Brad, for those that aren't familiar with a silent disco, what the heck is that?
Well, it's a new craze that caught on a couple of years ago. We've started it as one of our student activities events, and I know we did it 2 years ago, maybe even 3 now. But what it is this first pitch comes in strike one to Dean Tyson here, the catcher. Of course, we get a company in, we rent. They have the headphones that come in, they play the music, all that. But if you're a student, when you're a student, as that's ball one, you get your headphones, you go in, and you're in a dance environment, but you listen. It's very quiet in there. It's a quiet dance. The only thing you normally hear are the feet.
Yeah,
people's feet moving around. But it's something to see if you haven't seen it, because the music is not played out loud. There's just music on the headphones, kind of like you and I are wearing here. And the music's pumping through to the kids, and the kids are dancing to that music as it's ball two up 2-2. And but they love it. You know, these kids love that. These college students, and they're doing them at other campuses too. But it's an event that is looked forward to each and every year by our student body since we've started that. And it's just something to see and something that took off that everyone loves, and we do it on Indian Week every year now.
3-2 now is the count here to Neal. File still on the hill here, and they're going to appeal down, and he went. Yes, strike 3.
Yeah, good pitch right there on the part of Judd Files right there, just right out there on that corner, and it was kind of hard to decide for Dean whether he needed to pull the trigger on it or not, and so check swing that went far enough around where he was called strike. So first out of the inning.
This will bring the catcher Tyson to the plate with 1 out here. He swings on the first pitch he sees, and that one will get through for a hit. First hit of the day for the Trojans.
Well, there again, Brad made another boo-boo. Yeah. I thought I'd look.
Oh, you got the wrong names.
I had Dean Tyson already batting, so man, I tell you what, Ralph, can you come in and let's me and you swap. And
Ralph says okay as hot as it is outside.
It's been a rough day for Brad here. So anyway,
this will be Barajas now, the number 9 batter. Stands in, takes that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Ralph says he don't care where he is. He needs his pace to quicken.
Yes, Ralph needs a little cool air.
There's a shot up the middle. It's going to be off the glove of the pitcher, and that's going to be trouble, and that's going to go for a hit.
Yeah, that's a hard one to feel. Judd was able to get his glove on it enough, thinking he could field the position there and get the double play, and it bounced off enough to where Jude Treadaway was charging it, trying to make the play on it at first, unable to do so. All he had to do was try to barehand it and try to throw it over, and so unable to do so. Hit there, runners at first and second now, 1 out.
So now one of the better opportunities that Delta has had here in Game 2. They were able to put 4 on the board in the first game of the day, so trying to see if they can spark some bats here in the top of the third, trailing 5-0 here in Game 2. So Files will check the runner at second, now set to deliver, and zips that one in there for strike 1.
Yeah, starts him off with a slider, looks like right there, that really caught him looking there. So slider for strike 1 on Liam Gonzalez.
So Gonzalez, he grounded out on a beautiful defensive play by the Indians as that pitch just missing for a ball. It was a 4-1 putout. Unfortunately, didn't have a chance to get the replay on it as we were still getting situated into the broadcast. As now the count goes 1-1 here to Gonzalez, the leadoff batter here for the Trojans. And that one in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good job right there. Files coming back, getting that strike 2 right there. double play ball is in play here for the Indians. Could get them out of the inning.
That pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
Or it could just be a K and get out number 2.
That is the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com.
And that should push Judge totals to 104 on Ks for the year as of right now.
That beautiful breaking pitch ought to be illegal there as that one comes swooping in for strike 1.
Yeah, excellent pitch right there. Good placement. Again, just kind of froze Avery Rogers up right there. No swing, 0-1.
Well, just did a quick look, and that pitch outside for a ball. I'm going to look back one more time to make sure I'm right on this. Of course, our records only go back to 2006. Single season strikeouts, that record was formerly held by Houston Harding with 95 back in 2018.
Wow.
As there's strike 2, so Files actually set that record in his last outing.
Heck of a breaking pitch right there, too, to run the count to 1-2.
So Files is the single-season strikeout leader for the Indians right now at 104. Can he find 105? And no,
Close.
Check the swing. 2-2 now is the count. They're going to appeal down the first. Umpire said he did not go. I agree.
I agree with that, but very close to drawing a swing there, and did not. So getting close to getting 105, but did not. Still got a 2-2 count.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Files. This is Rogers at the dish, and tried to put a little bit too much on that one. It's in the dirt. 3-2 now is the count.
And he patted himself on the chest looking at Stone. He's like, yeah, that's on me. Knew he did. Knew he tried to overthrow that one. And so tried to put a little too much pepper on it, and instead it got in the turf there, 3-2 count.
So Files now with runners on first and second. Full count here with 2 outs in the top of the third, looking for the strikeout to end the inning. Instead, there's a grounder. Third baseman finds it, gets it, throws it over for the out. Beautiful stretch. The umpire takes a while and then does call him out. Nice stretch over there at first. 5-3 of Rogers to end the inning in dramatic fashion there. We'll head to the bottom of the third. ICC leads this one 5-0. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here! This pizza's only $5.99? No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza! Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the third inning for ICC to be Houston Green, Jude Treadaway, and Nathan Ferris scheduled up here. In the bottom of the third, ICC leading this one 5-0.
Umpire and Delta coach having another conversation. I wonder if it's still about that ball 3 / ball 4.
Well, it was a friendly conversation. The umpire patted him on his arm, shook his head, and said, "I hear you, coach. I'm just not listening to you."
Yeah.
So this will be Green at the plate to start us off here.
Whoa.
That breaking pitch hangs up just a bit high. 1-0 is the count. I'll say this, and I can't remember the coach's name, but when we went down to Delta, I had to be the game administrator to help Jason out and talk to him before, during, after, and during the game again a couple of times. Super nice guy. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-1 is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Brad, I was trying to think, and I've got it listed somewhere.
Well, I was looking at the sheet of paper, but
Adrian Dorsey.
Adrian Dorsey is his name.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say, but
you weren't for sure.
Wasn't for sure. I wanted to confirm that. As that's ball 2, 2-1 count here to Houston Green in the bottom of the third.
Swings on this one, pops it up. Second baseman's going to go back and make the play for out number 1. Nice job there by the second baseman to quickly locate it and call everyone off in that situation. As that was one of those that's kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, it was. Kind of came off the inside part of Green's bat there, and just all he was able to do was muster it out there and pop it up a little bit, but wasn't able to drop it down enough out there beyond second, so he made a good play on it and was able to get out number 1 in the inning.
That pitch over for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Well, the sun has tucked itself away. Some clouds moving into the area. I don't know if it's necessarily the sun more than the humidity that's kind of crunked the temperature up a little bit out there. There's a ground ball. Second baseman diving stop, makes the play. Throw over is in time.
What a play. Good job out there at second on the part of Liam Gonzalez to make the diving play out there and get Jude Treadaway out. And, of course, as we know, Jude's got some speed on him, too. So not an easy play, but able to get it done, get the second out of the inning.
Well, the key to that was he didn't panic. You know, if he gets up and tries to throw it before he gets back on his feet, probably throws that one away. So, as you said, a heads-up play is that breaking pitch over for a strike. And, you know, as we talked about, it's at 12-6, so you don't see very many guys throw like that. And you can leave one up, and somebody can really make you pay on those type.
No doubt.
As Ferris tried to there, missing. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, Ferris swung through that one and can't let that timing get off right here on Ferris. If you're him, you've got to maintain your composure and not try to get out there ahead of that breaking pitch as he was behind that one. That one's going to drift out to right field and make the play out there for the out number 3.
Very quick bottom of the third inning there for the Indians. 3 up, 3 down goes ICC. We'll take a break and be back with the top of the fourth right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99? No way. This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirates, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza, pizza.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, everyone. As you've heard of the song that never ends, this feels like the game that never ends.
I'm with you.
We've had long innings, long between innings. One of the umpires had to excuse himself for a slight break, and he's back out there as ICC. I don't know if the Files, somebody was hiding his glove. It took him a while to get out there as well, so they just don't want this magical season to end.
No, I mean, we're at that point. But strike one quickly there on Christian Bridges.
Bridges, Oswalt, and Counts scheduled up here. Files still on the heel here for the Indians. That one missing. 1-1 now is the count. Indians 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Delta no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. That's where we're at through 3 innings of play, or I should say 3 plus. As this one popped up, back and out of play, and the count now will go 1-2.
Yeah, Files ahead here. Hopefully doesn't have to put anything in there sweet for Bridges to hit. He can afford to have one a little bit out of the zone here if need be and try to get him to get that K here and continue to run that K total up as the leaderboard or as the leader at ICC. And that's ball 2-2.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here as we're in the top of the 4th inning in game 2. This one's scheduled for 7. So there's a dribbler towards second. Slow roller's going to be trouble. Treadaway, though, making it look easy.
Yeah, good job over there, charging the ball Treadaway. Of course, Files going over in case needed over there. And Treadaway coming up, making the play right quick with the speedy Bridges there, getting out number 1 in the inning.
Second time that Treadaway has retired Bridges. And now Oswalt, whichever one you want to call him, coming to the plate. Swings to the first pitch he sees. This is going to be a flare out towards right field. Takes a step or 2 over and records it for out number 2. So a line out to right.
Yeah, good solid contact there on the part of Oswalt, but just right at Evan McCarthy out there in right field. So unfortunately for Delta, that is out number 2. And as you mentioned, that does bring up Connor Counts here, the DH.
Counts takes a healthy cut at that one. Fouls it off for strike 1. Indians trying to return serve. They had a 3-up, 3-down inning pretty quickly in the bottom of the 3rd. See if they can do the same here as that one fouled off. Double hops off the pole barn.
Yeah, Judd quickly up 0-2 here. So no balls, 2 strikes. Counts got to guard the dish.
0-2 pitch. Right back up the middle. And for the second time in a row for Counts, he's retired 1-3. So a 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Indians in the top of the 4th. We'll take a break here for your forward from our sponsors. I'll tell you what, let's tell you how you can attend some of our summer camps here at ICC. Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the second. I had a very good question asked during the exchange of the inning there. They were like, how can ICC make the playoffs? Is that first pitch high for a ball? So this is what we need to happen. So we need, at the end of the day, if we sweep, that's the first thing we got to do is we got to sweep. And then if Holmes were to sweep East Mississippi, we would have to finish in a tie with Holmes by themselves. Because we swept Holmes during the regular season, that means we have the head-to-head tiebreaker with Holmes. And so that would put us in at number 10 and Holmes at number 11. But if Northwest were to somehow get in that three-way tie, then it becomes a mess because Northwest swept us. I don't know what they did against Holmes. And then, of course, we swept Holmes, so I guess it would go back to Northwest earning the 9 spot, then us earning the 10 spot. I think there's 24 different scenarios that can play out, but that's the most likely one that's going to happen.
And that, folks, is why we chose not to try to discuss this on the air today, but we took a stab at it. There it is.
We did. No promising that's right. As Collier walks to start the inning, it is honestly, whenever I got the breakdown from the commissioner and the what's it called? The person that's over each individual sport. Not the commissioner, but the coach and the person that represents the sport anyway. They went together, looked at all the possible tiebreakers, made it, opened the piece of paper, and I sent it to Tim Center because he was curious, and Tim said he opened the email and just laughed. He's like, I opened the email and then I closed it. That first pitch high for a ball. This is McCarthy. Yeah, you got to have a pretty good degree in math to figure out some of those situations, as this one fouled back 1-1. But that is the most simplest thing that we can look for today, is for ICC to sweep Delta, getting that head-to-head tiebreaker situation with Holmes. But again, and there's the crazy thing, there is a possibility for a couple other teams to lose and it turn into a 4 or 5-way tiebreaker. But the Woes, it would take some upsets, some big-time upsets for those to happen. Is that pitch high for a ball?
Basically, Etowah needs to win the 2 games they have today and finish out this win. They've got the 5-0 lead here going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Do have a runner at first base who walked, and that was Stone Collier with Evan McCarthy up.
And McCarthy, big healthy chop there. As we said, he's a home run away from being tied 5th for most home runs in a single season. He's got 12 right now this season. Awaiting the 2-2 pitch here. That one fouled back, and we'll stay at 2-2.
Yeah, just getting a piece of that. That was on the outside part of the plate, 2-2 count. So able to stay alive on it. McCarthy batting in the cleanup spot here for Etowah in game 2.
And an RBI single, and he has walked here in this second game. And this one popped up, and the center fielder will be able to camp underneath it for the out, and he will.
He is going to want that one back. He was just a touch out in front of that one, Adam, and from making solid connection and getting home run number 3 on the day right there.
Yeah, and again, that's the danger of throwing that 12-6 pitch, and especially the breaking pitch. If somebody can be patient enough and pick it up at the right time.
You mentioned the key, patience, and it's that weight back on that patience and not getting out on that front foot too quickly. And that's what McCarthy did right there, just a little bit. And it's all about timing, and just a little bit can make a big difference right here in a swing right there. And now you got Bryson Jackson up, who takes ball 1.
Now let's give credit to Daniel now. We talked about the danger of that pitch he's throwing, but he's doing a good job of mixing up his speeds and mixing up that trajectory out of that 12-6 type of pitch.
No doubt he has, and that's part of his pitch right there is keeping the timing off of the hitters that he's facing. So, again, that's what he wants to do, and so he has been successful and was successful right there.
This pitch foul back, 1-1 now is the count here to Jackson. He was hit by a pitch and walked. That's what he's done so far here in game 2. ICC up in this one 5-0. This one's scheduled for 7. Indians picked up an 18-4 win and 7 in game 1. That pitch missing, 2-1 now is the count. Well, the sun has tucked away behind the waterway here, much to a lot of the fans' pleasures. It's been a hot day. Temperatures got into the mid-80s. As this one popped up.
Yeah, that was on the inside part of the bat. That's going to be charging in by the right fielder. Wow. As close as it was, that could have almost been a double play right there.
I was thinking the same thing. It better be good that Collier had the wherewithal to sprint back. If not, the momentum was carrying to first. Zip over there, and that would have been a double play.
Yeah. Good job charging in out there in right field by Rogers to get that, catch that ball, get that second out of the inning. And so ICC put the leadoff guy on with a walk with Stone Collier, now quickly got 2 outs in the inning.
And so this will be Kent coming to the plate. As that pitch inside gets away, and Collier will head to second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, easily moving up right there. No sense of urgency.
None whatsoever. Collier looking like his Uncle Gore going to second there. Only I would be in full speed versus Stone's trot.
Catcher for Delta just said, go ahead. Been one of those days.
Yes. So runner at second now. 1-0 is the count here to Kent. Beautiful breaking pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
And that's his meat and potatoes. I mean, that's what you're seeing mostly out of Daniel right now is that breaking pitch, again, that's keeping these hitters off balance and their timing off. And a different type of pitch, but it kind of refer back to as that one gets under the catcher right there, and he's, another one gone. So anyway, the runner moves up to third. But in a sense, on that breaking pitch, it kind of reminds me of a knuckleball pitcher.
Yes.
Someone who's going to keep you off balance. It's not coming up there with a lot of flash, a lot of glory, anything. It's like one of those you're sitting there thinking, oh, man, I can tee off on this thing. But it's got movement on it and everything else where it's the timing makes it difficult to hit.
That one fell right back in the zone there. 2-2 now is the count here to Kent.
And the sun comes back out.
That's on me, folks. I apologize about that. Y'all was talking about how much y'all enjoyed the sun being away. Well, right now, if you're Hayes Daniel, you're kind of mad.
And Ralph.
There's a grounder to second. Bobbles it, finds it, throws it over. And that'll end the inning. So ICC couldn't cash in on the runner at third. They lead it 5-0 after 4 complete. Let's take a break and be back with more right after this.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad, 24-hour egg salad. We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 1019.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as we move now to the top of the fifth inning. ICC up in this one 5-0. But when you need an answer, there's only one man you need to go to, and that's Brother Chris Burrows. He's 6 for the record homes in Northwest split this season. So that would really throw in the math into a crazy side, because then that would take it down to the 4th tiebreaker in the 3-way tie, and my head hurts. I'm not going to try to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not the one that has to try to figure all that out. So I leave that in the hands of more intelligent folks than myself, and that's probably about 99% of the population out there.
99.999% for me. So that pitch missing, 1-1 now is the count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cox, Neal, and Tyson due up here in the top of the 4th inning. ICC and Delta tangling up here in the regular season finale. And there's strike 3.
Yeah, I got another adding to his strikeout total right there, Judd. Kind of froze Cox right there, so that gives him 105 on the season right there, and actually adding to that lead there between him and Houston Harding.
Now 10 strikes above Houston Harding, of course. Very special season there when we had Houston and that crew. Is that pitch just a nasty breaking pitch that rolls over in there for strike 1?
Yeah, it definitely was. I remember that season very fondly, and was an excellent season. Had a good crop of good crew out there. As that strike 2 swings through, misses that one. So, but Houston went on to play at Mississippi State.
He did. Won a national championship there at Mississippi State. Still playing some minor league ball. I think he's out with the team in Huntsville. That pitch missing low. 1-2 now is the count. You been out to a game yet in Huntsville, Rocket City?
Have not.
Lee Adams goes a good bit, and he says it is a fun atmosphere. We need to try to load up and catch one of those this summer.
Love to, and that, and of course I've always heard going to the Redbirds up there was a good game too. I've never been, but I've always heard that.
I went a couple of times, and mainly in work type stuff, so I haven't been able to enjoy it as a fan, but it is a fun atmosphere, or was, I should say. It's been about 10 years since I've last been out there. It's 2-2 now is the count. My favorite thing about that area is parking in one of the parking lots right next to Rendezvous. Leaving your window cracked just a little bit so nobody can realize it, and just letting that smell of Rendezvous.
The smell of those ribs.
Yes, just fill your cars. This one's going to be fouled and out of play. We'll stay at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. I got it as 4th, but it is top of the 5th.
Yeah, Jason Neal, third baseman up.
Wakes back on that one. Second baseman jogs over, takes it off the hop, zips it over there for out number 2. Well, Treadaway makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he does, and that's why, when Kent went down this year, had to miss some playing time. It was an easy shift and transition for Treadaway to move over to short and fill that slot until we were able to get Reed Kent back.
So now this will be Tyson, who had a single, and his only appearance so far in the contest. It was a little single that ended up in left field for the first the other day, as that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. There's 2 outs, nobody on here. Top of the 5th inning. ICC up 5-0 here in game 2. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good job by Judd there, hitting the spots where Stone's setting up, where we're asking for the pitch to go, and he hit it. That's strike 1.
Brother Chris also said it was scoreless in the top of the 2nd between Holmes and East Mississippi, as that was a leaping effort there by Treadaway, is just over his outstretched glove, and that will be a single.
Yeah, Tyson's second hit of the day.
Going to bring up Barajas Again, if we're saying that name wrong, we apologize. As with 2 outs and a runner at first, Indians looking for the exit. Delta trying to spark a rally here. As that breaking pitch must have been up. Looked pretty good. Ball 1. So 1-0 is the count here to the left fielder. He also had a single. Takes a healthy chop at that one. Missing 1-1 now is the count. Brad, you got any scores from anybody today? Is anybody playing today?
Well, that's what I was fixing to check. There are some teams playing today. Yeah, you have your midweek NCAA baseball games. Call it midweek, but they'll play on Tuesdays. Majority of them play on Tuesdays before your Friday series. Most of them do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That last pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Files on the hill here for the Indians. And a check swing, foul ball, strike 2. Of course, when we talk about our scoreboard updates, we talk about Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you, and we do want to encourage you to visit RenaissanceNation.com. Got a lot of those special videos they make. If you remember the SEC shorts during football season that you saw on social media, you can go watch those at RenaissanceNation.com. 2-2 pitch.
Got him.
And swung on it, and he's out. First base was not open in that situation, and that will end the inning. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout, 6th of the game for Files. Let's hear from Renaissance and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships? A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
That teaches you skills to improve.
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC up in this one 5-0 after a 5-run second inning. And it'll be Morris, Glenn, and Green scheduled up here for the Indians. That first pitch missing low and outside for a ball. I'll tell you what, Hayes Daniel has come in and pitched well for Delta, has really kept these ICC bats quiet.
Yeah, he has. He's come in, kept him off balance a little bit, just enough. That timing, just like on that swing right there by Morris. Just that timing's just a little bit off right there with that 12-6 combo that you're talking about there, where it they just haven't been able to nail it down yet. So we'll see if the Indian bats can change that.
Matter of fact, he hasn't given up a hit yet. Is that pitch up high for a ball? He's walked 2. But other than that, it's been pop up to first, pop up to second, ground out to second, fly out to right, fly out to center, fly out to right, and a grounder to second.
Could you go through that one more time?
I sure can after this pitch. Thank goodness, because I had it all wrote down. 3-1 now is the count. But, yeah, getting it done is Hayes Daniel coming in relief of Churchill. So waiting the 3-1 offering here. And he walked. Oh, caught it a strike. There's the Boo Birds. Hadn't heard them all day today. Now they're going to break out as the count goes 3-2.
Well, reckon that's a little make-up for that 3-2 walk.
That could be true, too. He does owe him a pitch or two. And that's typically what happens. When you think you're going to get that walk, you'll come back and swing and miss, trying to make up for it. As that one goes for a Renaissance Bank strikeout. And that is the first of the game for Daniel. And one out now, so a nice job by Daniel battling back to come back and get that strikeout. And now this will be Glenn coming to the plate. 0 for 1 today with a walk. That pitch in there for a strike, so Daniel has kind of fell into his rhythm and found his zone here.
He has. MLB,
now,
Yankees
how about
up 6-0.
How about this? You talking about the what's it called? The shift? Well, they put the second baseman all the way over on.
I just now noticed.
Yeah, the third side. Sorry, that's the reason why I was interrupting you, Brad.
No, you're good. They have really played some defensive alignment here today, and they said, Gore, I'm telling you, there's a reason why we're doing that, and that was just like they told me. And that one was pulled. The third baseman dove, tried to get it, couldn't get the out. That's a hit right there for Bryce Glenn. But they had the true shift on right there, whereas if he'd have gone anywhere on the right side of the field, except right at first base, he would have definitely got a hit.
And they're keeping the shift on here.
They sure are. They're keeping it on to pull, and I guess what they're knowing, what they're thinking is they know where that Daniel leans on that heavy breaking pitch. Of course, Etowah still hasn't got their timing down. That pitch right there, that hit, was the first one I've seen where they really, the timing was down pretty good on it to where it was hit solid. And so good solid hit there. But, yeah, your second baseman there is playing actually
just about straight up the middle.
Yeah, almost straight up the middle, just to the left of second. Now that's going to get by right there. That's going to pull.
Head to second, and now he's going to think about third.
And he's going to not only think about it,
he's
going.
That's where he's going to go, and the throw is not going to be in time. Turn on them Jets, kid.
Yeah, so Bryce Glenn making that turn, watching that ball, looking at it, and, of course, the Delta coach is coming out saying the ball got hung or something somewhere. And
he's going to ask if, the ball was called dead as it went towards the dugout of ICC. Nobody really ICC. I didn't see anybody make contact with the ball. Let's go back and look in that situation, and it did hit a bat. So that may be their argument there, is the bats were set up outside, and it rolled between some bats in that situation, as you saw there. But the umpires are going to continue to pontificate over this one and have a nice little conversation, and they're going to say he's going to stay.
Nope,
they're going to send him back.
Send him back to
second.
second.
Okay, so one pointed at third, the other one pointed at second, and the larger of the three umpires won.
Yeah, and he's sending him back to second.
And I wasn't saying larger of the three by that. I was saying the biggest, strongest guy said, no, you go to second. And he said, yes, sir, and went to second.
Believe it will. You told me to, I'm going to.
You're bigger than me, I'll listen to you.
So at second now, 1-1 count here, one out. Houston Green is up here at the plate.
That one called a strike. 1-2 now is the count. So that only will go as a advance on wild pitch, one base there. So now the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Still got the defensive shift on for Delta here as that one, Green's trying to take it up the middle. And again, Delta says, nanny boo-boo. I told y'all there's a reason why we're shifting this way.
And they do get the shift. The runner does advance to third. So now ICC, they did a good job of it.
Up to bat, number 23,
and
away.
We'll have to make a note on this. It's a 4-3 put out. But the 4 was on the 6th side of the bag. So, and now they go back to normal here with 2 outs and a runner at third. This is Treadaway. That pitch in there for a strike. I tell you what, I've been very impressed with Hayes Daniel. He has really kept these ICC bats quiet. And that one hit, we called it a hit because the third baseman was in on the grass and had to make a diving effort to make the stop. That one in the dirt, blocked up nicely.
And you had everybody on that side over there except for me and you and Ralph.
Yep. The only reason I just didn't feel like getting up and going over there. So 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. A runner at third. ICC has left 8 stranded, 4 of those in scoring position, trying to avoid it again here. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Again, timing right there. And like I say, the only thing I can, and with all I know, he may be throwing a knuckleball down there. I don't know, but I don't think he is from his arm motion that I'm seeing coming over and the way his release. But ICC, it has really got their timing off with that 12-6 that he throws.
That pitch missing low, 2-2 now is the count. It's one of those, and it's tough. You got to be really disciplined. One, to wait on the pitch, but two, when you see one like that, you're thinking meat. Mm-hmm. So you're going to swing out of your shoes every time. It's one of those, 80% swing, get after it.
That's it.
And there's strike three. Beautiful pitch there, as ICC fans don't agree with it, but that was what he's been calling all day today. And as a batter, you've got to know that. Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Daniels. We'll head to the sixth. ICC leading it 5-0. Back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as we head now to the top of the sixth inning. It'll be Gonzalez, Rogers, and Bridges due up. And Brad, we tried to do a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update a while ago, but I rudely interrupted you.
I'm glad you did. I had not noticed the shift over there that Delta had on, so it was good to see that. But, I was going through some MLB action first because that's strike one right there, 6-0 or Yankees over Orioles. But I wanted to say
I know exactly why you're going.
Yeah, it's a good day to be a Pirates fan.
It is.
Because it's
we didn't lose as bad.
No, it's in the bottom of the third and it's 0-0.
Hey, we're not losing.
That's right, you're not losing. So, I thought that was positive news.
I like it. When you lead off with MLB, I'm like, well, my Pirates lost because Brad wants to make sure he lets everybody know that. That pitch missing, 1-1 now is the count.
Phillies up 3-0 on the Nats. Royals up 2-0. Red Sox up 2-0 on 3-0 on the Blue Jays, and Mets and Diamondbacks are scoreless right now. We'll move on to NCAA and see if we got any SEC ball going on.
Well, right now in Scuba it's 2-2 after 2 complete. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-2 now is the count.
Looks like a rain delay in Kentucky versus Western Kentucky, but Western Kentucky's up 6-3. Tennessee, top of the fourth, they're down 4-3 on Northern Kentucky, and that one is going to be chopped to Madden Butler, who came in at first this inning and takes it unassisted and gets the out.
Speaking of Kentucky, I think that might be Mississippi State's next head coach.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Raphael
says
no.
Negative. He's saying the North Carolina head coach, aren't you? Yep. See, look at there. I guess that.
If you're going to go to the ACC, I got to go to Duke. Go get their
Duke's
head coach.
another possibility that they were leaning on. Duke, North Carolina, both of those guys. They even mentioned the possibility of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I would most definitely.
Because our AD was, or MSU's AD was out there at Oklahoma at one time.
That would
and brought in Lebby.
Yep. And would be a good way to, and I hate to say this, but get out of the shadow of the softball team up there.
Yep.
1-1 now, or 2-0 now is the count.
Vandy up 3-1 on Indiana State, bottom of the sixth.
Reason I say Kentucky, if you can win at Kentucky in baseball, you can win anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, they do play a ugly brand of baseball. Well, I say ugly brand of baseball. Depends on what kind of baseball you like. You like stealing bases, bunting, manufacturing runs versus the long ball, then yes, you'll like a Kentucky style of baseball. As that pitch up high, 3-1 now is the count. But at the same time, if you can win at Duke, you could possibly win anywhere there too.
Auburn up 2-0. Speaking of Mississippi State's new head coach, Auburn up 2-0 as Auburn took 2 of 3 from State this past weekend, which seemed to be the demise of Mississippi State's head coach after that weekend series loss there.
Always proud of ICC Athletic Hall of Famer and Mississippi JUCO Hall of Famer Butch Thompson, as that's going to be a walk. Some of the ICC faithful saying, come on now, we want that pitch back. But I will say that umpire does owe Delta a walk.
Up to bat, number 7, Christian Bridges.
And so now there will be a walk issued there. Continue, Brad.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the interim coach is Justin Parker.
Yes.
Well, he's up 3-0 on Memphis in the bottom of the second right now. Texas 0-0 and Ole Miss 0-0, top of the first, facing Austin Peay there in Oxford. And, of course, I always got to go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame playing Purdue, top of the first, 0-0.
Well, you talk about a game that nobody in the state of Indiana cares about right now. There's going to be a little flare off the end of the bat. And are they going to get him in second? Nope. Ball gets away. And so runners will be at first and second. Had to go for a hit. It's like the ball may have actually hit the runner going into second, and it did. And so they're going to give him a chance to kind of walk that one off there. So now runners are first and second with 1 out.
Up to bat, number 4, Cade Oswalt.
And so this will bring Oswalt to the plate as they're going to check on the runner at second. But yeah, a lot of going on. Baseball getting down. Of course, a lot of people are, State fans are like, well, hey, what if State goes on a run with the new interim coach in there? But State's already set the precedent. Last time they brought in, the guy, Lamonis. They didn't hire the guy that they put in as their interim before that. They went outside there as well. So don't feel like State will look to stay inside as that pitch in there for a strike.
I don't think they will either. I think State's going to – I mean, the one thing you can say about Mississippi State, I mean, whether you're a State fan or not, but best baseball park around. I mean, Dudy Noble, I mean, it's known for that. And State's just known for a baseball school.
Yes.
That's where everything, I mean, they've been known for that for years. Ron Polk helped set that up.
They just need to go ahead and buy into that.
Yeah.
Like, say, hey, we are baseball.
We're baseball. And so they got money they can throw at baseball. And I fully expect State to, go out and one of the names also brought, and is an assistant at Tennessee right now. Another name is brought up. Of course, Tennessee won a national championship this past year.
1-2 is the count. Oswalt at the plate. Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And Stone held on to that one for a while. Didn't get the call there. 2-2 is the count. Now, if they want to look to save some money and not have to go spend millions for a head coach, I'll do it for $750,000 a year. Let them get some money built up for the program. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, Judd kind of lost it a little bit here on this one. Like I say, he had it going there with strikes and had him on the verge of that K, and now he's good job there by Oswalt to run it back to 3-2 full count here with runners at first and second. Happens to foul back off of Stone's helmet there. Umpire says, hey, man, that hurt. I'm going to go out and left-handed toss one to Judd. Give you a minute here.
That home plate umpire did a lot better than the Game 1 umpire. As the Game 1 umpire, he threw it short a couple times, air-mailed it over the pitcher, and even threw it over the catcher one time, underhanded toss. So he wasn't having the best day throwing the ball. Count will stay full with runners at first and second with 1 out. Indians would love to turn a Little Caesars double play here if possible. Instead, there's a Renaissance Bank strikeout for out number 2.
And that's 6 on the day, correct? I think
7.
For Judge. 7. Bumping that total to 107 as in his 1 year at Etowamba, which is leading the 1 year totals there for.
As we said, our stats go back to 2006. You got to think guys like Tim Dillard.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2002, he might have flirted with those type of numbers as that pitch fouled back. That's the reason why we say a modern-day record is if you have information on any former ICC season totals, holler at me, please, especially anything from 2005 back.
If you're listening to this broadcast, holler at Gore right now.
Yeah. Holler if you hear me. It's that pitch on the outside for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count.
0-2, yes.
I fully expect Brother Chris to send me a text with the last top 15 pitchers with strikeouts.
Then got him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Number 8 of the night for Files. We'll take a break. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, a huge crowd out here this afternoon. Standing room only if you're lucky here in the Canopy area. Raphael Henry having to fight off the crowd. And tell you what, everybody thinks it's just because of the shade. No, it's because fans want to be near Raphael.
They do.
LL Raphael Henry. As that pitch missing for a ball.
Still got Hayes Daniel in on the mound for Mississippi Delta, who's done a great job.
Outstanding job.
Ferris is up at the plate for Etowamba as he goes on that, turns on that inside pitch, but pops it up out there into center. Can of corn out number 1.
And that's what that 12-6 style pitches get you, is guys that try to just lift it out of the ballpark. Now, you don't want him pitching when the wind's blowing out.
Right.
But on days like today when the wind's calm, he has done an absolute wonderful job. Only has given up 1 hit in relief today. But unfortunately, the bats have not been there. As now looks like they're going to try to do the shift. Nope, they're going to leave the.
Surprising they didn't do the shift on Stone here.
Well, it looks like they were going to at first, but now they're going to leave him more up the middle.
But man, when he yanked that one earlier in the game, I'm talking about, man, he pulled that one like that right there.
Yeah, I'm saying everything he's hit is going to that side of the field. That's going to go for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes.
It's like the BSU. If you want to hurry up and get here, they're passing out hamburgers. I don't know where you are and where you stay and where you live, but hamburgers with the toppings and French fries too.
Yeah, they got the candy they're trying to sell. It is the last game of the year, so trying to sell those. Is that pitch high? 2-2 is the count.
So excuse us as we leave the broadcast.
Yes.
Ralph, Adam, and I are fixing to go down and get a burger and fries, and we'll leave the camera on.
Well, you take a look at Raphael right on spot there. You see them out in the crowd hustling to take care of everything. There's a shot right back to the pitcher. Catches it, throws it over in time, 1-3.
Again, timing right there, and that's what had Stone off, his timing right there, and just able just barely to get a piece of it, dribble it back to the pitcher, second out of the inning.
So now this will bring McCarthy to the plate here With 2 outs in the inning, we're in the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 ICC with the lead, as we said. Indians need to find a way to hold on and win game 2 here to try to keep their playoff chances alive. I believe with the win, they'll have a good odds of that happening. So McCarthy at the plate. Big looping pitch missing high for a ball. Well, I think everybody heard you, Brad, because all of a sudden people have attacked the BSU kids in a good way because they're going over there to get all the food and everything.
And here comes the candy and burgers $1.
Everything
candy
$1.
Everything's $1, and McCarthy heard him, and he popped it up to first, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Says, I'm going to get some candy.
Well, let's hear about the ICC summer camps and be back with the 7th right after this. Get ready for an action-packed summer at Itawamba Community College. From slam dunks to show tunes, ICC has a camp for everyone. Dive into athletics like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, softball, volleyball, and even band camp. Or explore your creative side with drama camp. Want something hands-on? Check out our advanced manufacturing camps for students and teachers. Spots are filling up fast. Sign up now at letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to find a full list of our summer camps here at Itawamba Community College.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99? No way. This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as we were distracted by the BSU giving out candy and hot dogs and hamburgers. Coach Collier went to the bullpen for a Guaranteed Bank pitching change here. And Brad, let's talk about the new pitcher in the game.
Will Lipscomb coming in, right-handed freshman out of Saltillo. And looks like on the year, Will is coming in with 3 wins, 3 losses, got 15 appearances on the year, 31 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 30 hits, 23 runs, 15 walks to 27 Ks.
And so it'll be Cox, Neal, and Tyson scheduled up here.
Last opportunity for Delta.
Absolutely. ICC 3 outs away from getting the sweep here to close out regular season play. And first pitch is tattooed and running back and making the play.
Twice today I've seen McCarthy do that. Excellent job out there defensively. Of course, we know he's got the bat, but excellent job out there defensively to track those down out there, those that are turned on and hit deep. So easily for McCarthy, not easily for Brad. Gets the first out of the inning out there in right field.
Easy for us Notre Dame fans. As that pitch high for a ball, 1-0 is the count now here to Neal. So Neal will check out the situation. And listen to that pitch. It's across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning here. Lipscomb's pitch. Fouled off. It's going to get out of play. And 1-2 now go the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out.
Side of the bus, Adam.
We finally had a vehicle hit in the final game and the final inning of the season.
Yep. Side of the Delta bus, nothing major. As a matter of fact, it took a couple of hops out the parking lot before it got it, but hey, we got one.
So we finally got one this season as the umpire made Lipscomb kind of change up there, and then there's the strikeout. Don't know what the umpire said. Maybe he was trying to quick pitch that time. But now there's 2 outs. And that was one of the problems that that Ole Miss said that Vandy was doing in Game 3. They felt like the pitcher was quick pitching them. As that pitch paints the corner for a strike, and that may be why the umpire kind of decided to call that. Sometimes when you see it or you hear it talked about, you pay a little bit more attention to it. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Wow, Lipscomb's come in, and I mean he's all business right now. 0-2 count, 2 outs here. ICC got 1 strike away from the sweep,
and there it is. And Lipscomb, well, just a little bit too fancy on the strikeout there. 3 up, 3 down inning, back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts as ICC wins it by the final score of 5-0 here in Game 2. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ICC needed 2 wins today. They got 2 wins today. One game won by the final score of 18-4 in 7 innings and finished Game 2 with a 5-0 win here over Delta. The Indians did their part. Now we're going to wait and see how the postseason will shape up here for ICC. This is a long-lived tradition here at Crescent Field. After a sweep, the teams will form a line and the coaches will run through and get a pat of encouragement. As you see Coach Collier trying to dodge a few of them out there as he will sprint through, and there's Coach McCrory running the fastest he may have ever run in his life as ICC gets the sweep there. And Dr. Boggs, we're in the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins it 5-0 to complete the sweep. Just talk about your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, and keys to victory happened on one part of it. Didn't really happen as much on the second part. Etowah was able to scratch out 5 hits today, but 5 runs on that. But after the second inning, really not able to do anything offensively, and that's in part thanks to Hayes Daniel, who did a great job right there for Mississippi Delta, coming in relief for Churchill in the bottom of the second to tame the ICC bats, and they were able to do that. But, ICC, the second part that they took care of was on the mound, and they took care of that. They took control and took command out there on the mound and able to do what was needed out there on the mound to get the win and help get the sweep today from Mississippi Delta, which ICC desperately needed. They've done what they needed to do on their end. Now we just got to wait and see if everything's going to fall into place or not for us to be playing in the postseason next week. Looks like we're going to have to pull out several mathematicians, some physics instructors, maybe a chemistry instructor or 2.
Brother Chris knows already.
Probably better call in Dr. Allen and Tyler, and they'll have to get Dr. Case back in from vacation. There's always good to get word from Minga on everything.
Well, the good thing is what Minga says is going to be the opposite.
Going to be the opposite.
Because he said we had to play 9 in Game 1 today.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, folks. But we hope ICC makes it to the postseason as usual and able to do that after that big sweep today of Delta.
Of course, you can follow us on your favorite social media outlet by following Let's Go ICC. Zoe, Becca, great job this year. Appreciate y'all very much. They have ran the press box, and they have had the duty of keeping us in line.
And they did.
And they did all season long. So that game recap being brought to you by Bank Okolona. They've proudly served North Mississippi for more than 90 years with locations in Okolona, Houston, Manatee, Bruce, Tupelo, and the newest branch serving Aberdeen and the surrounding areas. That's Bank Okolona, their member FDIC. The final line being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. ICC, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Delta. As the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, they're helping you get back in the game. Visit OINMS.com. Got a little meat left on the bone here, Brad, as we're looking at some of the replays from throughout today's game, as ICC does win it 5-0. Our Samstown Market star of the game. ICC fans, remember, when you want to be the next star of your home cooked meal, you can do so by visiting Samstown Market in Manatachee. Brad, who you got?
Judd Fowles, 8 strikeouts today to run that total up to 108. Took command out there on the mound to help the Indians to victory here in Game 2. Going with Judd Fowles here to end the regular season.
I like it. We'll go with Judd Fowles on that one as well for our Samstown Market star of the game. Well, Brad, you go all the way back to August. And now here we are on what is today. It is April the 29th, our final home athletic event of the year. It's been another outstanding season from start to finish for all our athletics. Still got some time with women's tennis, men's tennis, softball, and hopefully baseball. But, man, what a season it's been for us here on the ICC Sports Network.
It really has. It's always enjoyable, and, it'll be here before you know it, and we'll be starting up and getting summer here, and then, you'll have football coming in July and basketball in June, and then you'll be looking, and here comes August, and you got your preseason coming in with volleyball, soccer, men's and women's, and football coming in. Before you know it, we're starting fall sports again, and it's amazing, and we're just fortunate here at Etowamba where we're able to make great strides under the leadership we have under Dr. Allen to continue to upgrade and make great improvements to our facilities, but also support our athletic teams as much as we possibly can where they're able to be successful on and off the field and make postseason play and do what they do. But there are a lot of people that are, responsible for a great athletic season. You see some of those out there now with Kirk Sheffield, Natchez Burleson, and crew out there and what they do to make these fields and make everything look as good as it does and top notch. And so they keep everything going year round, and their job is not done because they stay rolling in the summertime, just as I know some other crews that are led by Adam Gore, Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, and staff and Casey, who will be working all over the summer here, and the work that y'all do, that y'all put in to ensure that every season is a competitive, great athletic season. And all of that's attributed to you and the sports information staff and what y'all do for the college. And so none of it goes unnoticed. I want everyone to know that, and hopefully everybody knows it's not unnoticed. It's very much appreciated, and it's appreciated by those players out there as well, the work that everyone does to make everything successful and make everything look good for our fans, but also our student athletes.
And Brad, don't sell yourself short on that. You got a big hand in this as well. You, Colin Minga, and Dr. Case. That's what we do here at ICC. We all get in where we fit in, we help out, and we have a good time. You can't forget Jim Ingram, Michael Upton, who's helped with that broadcast this season as well. Well, we started the ICC season with a 3-0 win in volleyball with our very first broadcast of the year. Rightfully so, in our final athletic broadcast of the year, we end it with a win as well, 5-0 in favor of ICC over Delta. So that's going to do it for the ICC athletic portion of the broadcast this year. We will be back on May 16th for graduations. You can make plans to watch those. I want to tell you this, if you're going to make plans to come out to graduation, you better make plans to get here early, as it is always jam-packed. We have to pay off the fire marshal to kind of turn the other cheek sometimes on that one, Brad. But as we wrap it up, final thoughts.
Yeah, again, great part of the year. This is one of those times of year that is very bittersweet, because it's bitter in the sense that you're seeing these sophomores, whether they're athletes or these graduates that go across the stage on May the 16th, leave us, who we've developed relationships with, bonds with as students here, and enjoyed their time here, and they've enjoyed their time here, and you see that, but you also see the joy of, that's one thing. Commencement is a hard day. It's a full day, and it's a full for everybody, and we count on the full college staff to make that a success, and it is. But it's also one of those days that we know we put the sweat equity in, but it's fun, and it's really, really great to see those students with the smiles on their faces and their families as they walk across the stage, getting pictures made, hugging, and enjoying family time together as they have achieved a goal, and that is becoming a graduate of Etowamba Community College, whether they're athletes or regular student body or anyone here, band, whomever. We're proud of what they do, what they accomplish, those student leaders too, that we're glad what they accomplish, and we're proud of them. And like I say, it's just a bittersweet day, but we love it, and we look forward to it every year.
ICC wins Game 1 18-4 in 7 innings and completes the sweep with a 5-0 win here in Game 2. So that's going to do it for our final athletic broadcast of the year one final time. And as I speak for Dr. Brad Boggs and everybody else that's up this year, I know Colin Mingo, Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, Casey Smith, Noah Morgan, Matt Mallard, Michael Upton, Jim Ingram, Andy Kirk, even our special guests this year, Jonathan Van Every, Craig Horton, and Dr. Jay Allen, who is sitting on some couple of broadcasts this year as well. That's going to do it. I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton, as it's been another outstanding season on the ICC Sports Network. Have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.